All right, you guys, we got another live stream video. Please share, subscribe to this channel. Now let's dive into this video. So we got P. Diddy, Inner Circle speak out on Hollywood being exposed. Now let's go to this video, man, and see what Gene Deal have to say, man. Big shout out to, Gene Deal, man. Big shout out to him, man. Diddy's ex-bodyguard, man. Let's see what he have to say on this, man. You know, a lot of people coming out with the shocking revelation. So now let's roll this clip. Hope you guys join this live. Please subscribe to this channel. Let's get this video underway.
Or nobody is around to say that rumor comes from me. How do we know that it's true?
But you did hear rumors.
I'm still hearing rumors.
How did we allow?
I want to say, Gino, out of all, man, I got a lot of respect for him. And he knew how Diddy, pretty much operated. Because he was, Diddy's ex-bodyguard. So he knew a lot of things. I'm just going to say, he didn't agree with Diddy on a lot of things, man. But since that money, that he was getting, man, he couldn't turn it down. He couldn't see Gene Deal couldn't turn the money that Diddy was giving him down. So a lot of this stuff, 20 years that when Diddy was running this enterprise, was kept secret. If you hear, know something, you don't say nothing. And so, yeah, Gene Deal being Diddy's, ex-bodyguard for a long time. And there was a lot of stuff he didn't like of Diddy, man. But he had to go with the flow. He had to eat. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This him being Diddy's ex-bodyguard being in his camp. He had to eat, and he was getting paid. You know what I mean? If you see something, you don't say nothing. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff was happening in the 20 years that Diddy was running the enterprise. Just think how many children was involved. They ain't even say nothing about the kids involved. Let's go.
This to happen? How did we not see this? Who knew about this?
Wait, stop. You're not gonna accept that ridiculous offer for your car accident, are you? What do you mean? The insurance company offered me $5,000.
Personal level. Feel like it's not okay to talk about him and what's going on right now. People think that you have to keep your mouth closed. They're like, don't speak about it. But they are going to have to speak about it. Because now hundreds of alleged victims are...
Look, they're all going to have to say something about it, man. They're all going to have to speak about this damn industry. Let me speak of it, because I know of it. I know of it. I know how they get down in Hollywood. I know how all men bumping and grinding on each other. This ain't no make-believe show. This is reality here, man. It's either you want to get in or you don't. So you get in who you know, man. That's why they got these parties, man. But they say you're not supposed to say that. That's why I tell y'all, man. I tell y'all what I know. That what was going on 20 years People wasn't saying nothing. People was getting paid under the rug not to say nothing, man. But now they got that footage of him beating Cassie. That already, that opened up a pandemic box, a Pandora box too. Now people are already checking in and seeing what these freak off parties about, and see why they film you in these freak off parties. Because look, like Diddy told Cassidy, look, man, I got a video of you doing these kind of acts, right? These, you know what I mean? These explicit, heinous acts I got of you. But sooner or later, you see now, they tell you don't talk about it. But now his empire slowly, gradually crumbling. Let's go.
Suing Diddy. Dr. Box, there were many failed attempts to fix my teeth. I retouched all my wedding photos.
I could see that Kim had bruises on her face and she was really shook up.
Did you not think something's not right here?
I knew something wasn't right, but she's at a hospital. There's social workers, there's police, there's everything right there. I'm there to make sure nobody comes in there and do anything to Puff.
So
You see what they saying? For 20 years being abused, man, they couldn't say nothing, but these people was paid, man. These people was paid to keep their mouth shut. You know, and it was in these parties, man. These things was going down in these parties, man. You had from every drug of choice. That's what kept the parties going. That's what keep the parties in Hollywood going. Drugs, meth, coke, crack, weed, fentanyl. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, man. Then they got the chocolate bar. They, you know what I mean, got the shroom bars. GHB. Another date rape drug that they use.
specific incident where a very prominent music executive locked me in a limo and wouldn't let me out until I kissed him. You know, I could not get out of this limousine with this man who was groping me. So it was a dangerous time. As fun as it was also really dangerous.
You see how I tell you guys how fun things is when you go out, when people go out, party, drink, and all this stuff. That's what their life consists of. People say I'm bored. People say, you know what I mean. People say, you know what I mean, can't stay in the house. Gotta go out. Gotta meet people and gotta go out. And you go out, this is where you go out to. Get into these parties, it's where you go out and see. It's where you truly go out and see. This is where you go out to. That's what I want to tell you guys, man. You can't be of the world. See, do not conform yourself in a pattern in this world, but be transformed by the renewing your minds. You can't follow this old world. See, why don't most of you don't get that? See, this old world is dying out. It's fading. It's dying out. But it was fun when it lasted. Let's go.
Years ago, there was very few people of color that white people in the elite mainstream media felt comfortable with. Diddy was one of those people. He used to say
Tell y'all, man, you're getting these high leaps, man. You got you got to be passed up, and then they gotta be able to trust you to get the keys. He was given the keys to Los Angeles, Miami, New York. Diddy was trusted with these high leaps, man. And it seemed like his empire was gonna fall at some point, that sooner or later they will be watching. In other words, you don't see the big boss men no more, because they got the people that like Diddy, Jay-Z, and all the list that goes on. DJ Khaled and Fat Joe, all of them represent that gay mafia. When you got those people, see, Diddy, it was come to a point that Diddy was gonna run it, which which he actually did. See, I want to say this whole hip hop industry, black culture is dead. They're finna cease. If they finna demolish it. When I say demolish, it ain't gonna be no more. There ain't gonna be no more of this Hollywood. There ain't gonna be no more making music and you know what I mean, making movies and all that finna. You might as well just kiss all those dreams goodbye, man. The people that made the way, you seeing like when I say they coming into this black culture, they come and just take backward. This as when they came and robbed the land from the native Indians, man. They finna make an example of the black culture, man. Watch how these government make an example at Diddy, man. Watch when I say when they go after him, man. When they strip everything he has, man. When they take everything that he was worth, man. Just think about the people that put him in. Just want to put him out. The people that got him up want him to go down. Now, do it make sense? The people that bring him up, now all of a sudden, for the people to bring him down. Now they just want to see this man rock. Man, let's go.
to me after we did meetings where everybody in the room was white. They liked me because I'm.
Look, I tell y'all, man. I tell y'all this, right? He tells. I told you, what Diddy just did. He brought out a big hint. These kids was at these parties, y'all, and he telling them y'all might want to tuck in. You know what I mean? Because it get buck crazy after the midnight hours. I tell y'all, man, because you can't make this kind of stuff up. When I got invited into these parties, y'all, in Hollywood, when I was going to the LA Film School, when I got into the festival, I got invites to these parties, y'all. And I was amazed to see things. It was a regular party in the beginning. From the time I got there, from I think it was probably about 10 o'clock. From the time I got there to like all the way to 1:30, I was told a person that worked in the industry, brother by the name Eric, was telling me, "Look, man, you might want to this. I know this party might not be for you, but 1:30 is just a different. It's a different hour. You know, and it's just a different. He was just saying it's a different outcome in the party. So I took it. Yeah, I took it as, you know what I mean. I took it as, yeah. Let me free myself out this party, man, because it's not a average party. It's not a regular party that you will go to. So yeah, there've been times I've been invited, and I just knew right then and there that these is not the parties I want to go to. The right parties. Yeah, when Diddy before Diddy went and got this case, before he got locked up in, I believe, what, 2024. They just had a white party before he went in. Before he even went in, they had a white party when I was invited to. I did not want to go to these parties because of what I know now and what I seen and what I heard. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go just because I know about what's going on in Hollywood, what's going on in the industry. I knew, you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. I'm not going to these kind of parties, man. Let's go.
Of danger. And I just remember feeling as if I wanted to keep my.
Told you guys, you can't make this up. See, after the party, it's the after party. And see, I seen it firsthand, but I don't get down. I don't get down. And see, in Hollywood, y'all, when you get into the industry life and you get into being up there with the elite, yeah, they invite you to the party. They want to see who you know. They want to see if they can invite you. If you can be cool, but you know, if you like the party, they can invite you back. Man, I don't like that kind of party. That's not the kind of party you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Back in my day when I used to party, y'all, I'm saved now. I've been saved now. But back in the day, that when I did, you know what I mean, go out, yeah, man, I go party with the girls. See, it wasn't like the parties that they had in Hollywood and all that. See, when I had went to the Gorillas, you know what I mean, Gorilla Zoe concert, and I went to E40 concert. I went to Snoop Doggy Dogg concert. I'm talking back in the day. It wasn't that kind of party. It was, you know what I mean, it was smoke out sections that we had, but it was not that kind of party you have today in Hollywood. You see, people are coming out saying they've been abused, man. Just think how long this been going on, y'all. People wanted to be in the industry, man. People thought it was cool at that time. The industry was booming. I'm telling y'all some real stuff, man. These is facts. The industry was booming. You could easily get in. It's all about networking, getting, you know what I mean, like getting in with people, you know what I mean, and knowing who you know, and you know what I mean, going to these parties. Like, it all started for you going to these rewards, like going to the music awards, and you know what I mean, the red carpet, the golden awards, and you know what I mean, the Oscar, you know what I mean, awards, and I got invited to all these things, y'all. That's why I'm saying this. I didn't want to be in the industry. I didn't, you know what I mean. If you got to do all that, you know what I mean. And I just sit back and seen that it caused a lot of black people get killed, a lot of black people going to prison. I don't want that kind of life, bro. You shouldn't even want to play with your life like that, fam. I'm saying you shouldn't want to play with your life like that, fam. Let's go.
Motivated Violence Act. It's for coercion, it's for sex trafficking, it's for forced labor. After about the second or third party is when I got asked to do extra things more than dancing at the private white parties.
Today, every business needs a website. Unless this is what your business looks like. But if it's not,
Ooh, this gets interesting, y'all. That he had an attitude with Gene Deal. See, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Gene Deal was Diddy's ex bodyguard, and he was with Diddy, and he didn't like some of the things Diddy was doing, but he should have spoken up, you know. And there's a lot of people really are so angry with Gene Deal because he haven't spoke up with what was going on. In 20 years, Diddy was running the enterprise because he knows a lot of things that was going on in the industry, man. And a lot of people think that since now he's coming talking about the case and things like that, and you know what I mean, and how he broke away from Diddy, the relationship they had with each other in the days. I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up, man. There's a lot of people that just don't agree with Gene Deal, man. I respect him, man. I respect him, man. You know what I mean? Because as soon as like you gotta eat and things like that. There's a lot of stuff kept secret in the industry, though, man. You know what I mean? When you just, you know what I mean, this I come and you up there, you know what I mean. You up there with the leaks, you know what I mean. And just think how long that this, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. This was just going on, man. People not saying nothing, man. You know what I mean. I mean, it happens. You know what I mean. It happens in this industry, man. You know. Let's go.
yes. Bro, how the fuck did you see all this punk ass
Look, man. See, this why I tell you guys. A lot of people don't really respect Gene Deal, man. At the end of the day, man, because he's not honest, man. But you got all this. But see, you got all this to say now. Now that Diddy's in trouble, now you're saying all this stuff that you claiming that you haven't seen him done. But now you're saying that, yeah, Diddy's a monster and all. You know, it's this. Look, man. Look, I'm gonna say it like this: money talk, y'all. Money talks, man. When you're not getting that money anymore, yeah, you're gonna start back talking. You'll start spilling beans and things like that, man. But when you was getting paid and you was his bodyguard and shit, man, you gonna get paid to shut up, pretty much, man. That's what it is. You're gonna get paid to shut up and do what you are there for, man. Period. That's why a lot of people just don't. At the end of the day, that's why a lot of people don't respect Gene Deal, man. They don't respect this dude, man. And I'm just gonna keep it straight up, man, because he knew a lot of things that Diddy was doing, and they knew it. They knew it, man. They knew it. Let's go. I told y'all this on my last video. If people want to protect their brand, you know what I mean. They want to protect their job, their reputation. You know what I mean. Just think like there's a lot of. I've been telling y'all, man, for a long time, man, that there've been a lot of things that's been at stake. That why you think that out of that 190, witnesses that were subpoenaed, a lot of those witnesses, you guys, they, in other words, y'all, what I'm trying to say, they just narrowed the thing down, man. They half of the witness, they just narrowed down. They just, you know what I mean, got rid of some of these witnesses, man. I guess they probably didn't need so many witnesses in the case, man. But to me, y'all, I just want to say, man, if you got these tapes, y'all, and the judge seen them, the jury seen them, and it's all these people at these freak off sessions, parties, and you know what I mean. The tapes should be able to tell us the whole story itself. Who was involved? Who was in these freak offs? I mean, one thing is when you got a court system, you know what I mean, and they got to plea on an oath now in the court system, man. And they always say, do you swear to tell nothing but the truth? And but we live in today's society that is this nothing is truth anymore. See, it's like nothing you hear or see is truth anymore, y'all. And not to change this story because we got to get on the topic, but just like with Trump, with these tariff wars that he's bringing and putting in black communities and things, you know, nothing you hear anymore is truth anymore, y'all. Because remember Trump said he would make America great again. So I just want to say, nothing you hear anymore is going to be truth anymore. You hear? We live in a society where we live in a corrupted justice system, man. To get all those witness subpoenas, they had about 190 witnesses subpoenaed. And now all of a sudden, those witnesses not even subpoenaed. Now they drag Suge Knight. You can hear Pharrell. You know what I mean? Pharrell, excuse me. You hear Pharrell's name is brought up. More black celebrity names you hear brought up. They're not talking about Justin Bieber. And a lot of people think, Justin Bieber can be another witness. And it's, in the prosecution case, that he could be a star witness in the prosecution case. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, man. Let's go.
I left New York and stopped working for Diddy and doing his wife parties. I believe that Diddy. Sure.
Hey folks, Donald Trump Jr. here with urgent news. The world's central banks are making unprecedented moves, and it's time.
Rather quick thing. It didn't have to be so much taking clothes off, kind of just flipping the dress up type of thing. And so, it was kind of degrading, but because of the status of the people involved, it was.
I tell you guys, that's because they status. That's because they are powerful influencers in the industry, and that's because they have an impact. And you got people like, this young, woman wanted to be in the industry. She thought that it was okay to be in the industry, man. And how she seen how people, get easy degrade, and she felt that she was degraded. She feel that she was one of those victims that she was misusing, taken advantage of. So yeah, man. For further updates, you guys stay subscribe to this channel, man. For further updates, man. Yeah, man. Hollywood, man, is not what a lot of people think. Yeah, it's not. It's not just what you think, you guys. You know. She was talking about how she was, you know, great. You know, she was like kind of graped in an industry, and she thought she had a free will to, try it. But when you try something, you may like it, like they say. But she didn't like what she seen. You know what I mean? It was such. She said it was such this degrading. You know. So yeah, man. I want to pretty much wrap it now. I don't have too much time on this phone, but thank you guys. You know what I mean, for tuning in. I really appreciate it, man. Like I said, for updates, stay subscribe to this channel, man. Share this video. Hit that like button for me. As you guys, get ready to leave out. Because I'm finna close this live, you guys. I wish I had a little more time. But yeah, got some things I gotta do. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, man. For further updates, stay subscribe to the channel. For more content, stay subscribed. So that's pretty much we have today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till then, we out. Thank you guys. We don't even want to close the live, y'all. We're gonna nail it down till I got like another 4% on the phone. You see that? You see all the fake lies they tell you? Just keep going, keep going, keep going. You're doing good, you're doing good. You're doing fabulous. But yeah, man, that's pretty much, man. Pretty much we have, man. You know, um, just another episode of the Dark Side of Hollywood, man. What really goes on. Make sure you guys watch this video, share this video. We out.